Hey everyone, I just want to review a little bit here on the formative on show your work on using some of the tools, especially when we're going to be solving some of these equations. So obviously on the top left hand side here we have the color tool, or if we click on that, it brings all the colors down. We have the size tool, which will affect the line, as well as this also will affect the size of the text tool. We have the line tool, which I mentioned before. Obviously, this is the rectangle tool and the circle tool and the image tool, and of course the text tool. Now, with the text tool, when you're solving an equation like this, I'll do this as an example, and then if you watch the video, you'll certainly have the answer to this, but I will not include the answer in the question. I'm going to delete it all when we're all done here. So if I click right there, it gives me the little red line in the blue box, and I can type in there what I need to do. So this is 6a, and I'm going to plus 2, and I'm going to get rid of the 2 on this side first. Now the problem with this is that on your keyboard you do have greater than and less than, but you will have to add the equal sign after there. So in this case here, I have to do the greater than, and it's above the period, it's the shift above the period. And then I have 5a plus 1 minus 2. All right, so once I do that, I can click down on the next line here and start a new line. So on this side, I'm going to be left with, on the left side, I'm left with 6a, and I'm going to have this symbol here. I'm going to go back and fix that symbol too. It has the equal sign after I'm all done here. And on this side, I'm going to have 5a minus 1. Oops, I forgot to go back up here. I forgot to add in the minus 2 there. Right, so I've plus 1 minus 2 is minus 1, and these two, of course, canceled out. Now, what I want to do on this line here is I want to, of course, get rid of the 5a over here, because I don't need to move this constant term. I need to isolate the variable. So I can either do that up here on this line, or I can just add this other line right here. So I'm going to have 6a minus 5a over here, and have that right there. And over on the other side, I would have 5a minus 5a minus 1. Now, the beauty thing is, if it doesn't line up, I can use this tool right here, is the selection tool. I can click on that, and I can drag these around so I can line everything up that's in there. All right. So that's how I keep things organized when I'm using the text tool. It does automatically make it transparent, so it'll line it up with the lines. Now I need to go back to the text tool and finish the equation. I'm not worried about where that box is right now. So then I'm like, 6a minus 5a is just a, and I'm going to use this symbol right here. That's greater than. Now remember, I do have to go back and add the equal to sign. I have to use the line tool for that, and I'll show that just in a minute here. And on the other side, I'm left with minus 1. I'm just going to click off that so I can move this down to the line right here. So that is my answer for that. I'm going to come up here and click on the line tool and just draw a little line now underneath each one of these, because this is greater than or equal to. Now I use I'm using my mouse to do this. I'm not using a pen tool or anything like that. And then I have my answer. Okay, now the second thing, once you have your answers, you have to also graph it on the number line. The numbers I give you the numbers for this number line. You have to put the numbers on the other side. And I would suggest you that after you get your answer, so you know what the increments are on your number line you're going to be putting up. And again, you can use the text tool over here for this number line, or the other number lines, any other questions for that matter. All right, so I have a is greater than or equal to minus 1. I do have to graph this, so I'm just going to go up here and select my tool. So I'm going to start on my circle tool. I'm going to start it right here on there. Now, because it's equal to, I do have to fill it in, and I can just select the pencil tool here and just draw little circles in here, or fill it up as much as I can. It doesn't have to be pretty by any means like that. So once I got the closed dot on the number line, I also have to draw which direction, whether it's going to be left or the right, that the increments are going to go up. So since a is greater than or equal to -1, it's going to go to my right because it's greater than -1. So I just select my line tool, go out here like this, draw my arrowheads on there like that, and I've completed it. This question is probably going to be worth about 4 marks. 2 marks for showing all your work here, and another 2 marks for representing your stuff on the number line. All right, now if you don't want to use the text tool, which I just demonstrated, you want to do it freehand using the pencil tool, by all means, feel free, but there's not a lot of room on this question, and I suggest you just use the text tool. All right, any questions, let me know, and I will certainly get back to you. Peace.